The lines are jagged and confusing, but they show that over the past 7 years, the odds of your bus or train getting into a crash in San Francisco have steadily dropped. Back in late 2002, Muni had more than 7 crashes for every 100,000 miles it traveled. But in the first quarter of this year, that number had dropped to 5. That means 25% fewer crashes, making the start of 2009 the safest 3 months in Muni's recent history. Is Muni getting safer?
You know, I think we've been working very hard to try to make the system as safe as possible. So we do believe there have been some results from that.
But that was before this crash last month and this one a few days ago. The 2 accidents have rattled passengers to the point where Muni's chief has had to come out and publicly assure them riding transit is still safe and getting safer.
Muni is safe, transit is safe. Any street operation with vehicles entails a certain amount of risk, but we've done everything we can to minimize that risk.
And indeed, the numbers show fewer of just about every kind of accident this year compared to last year. But officials admit there's something those numbers don't take into account. They're tracking the number of crashes, but not the number of people injured in those crashes. So for example, last month's West Portal crash would count as 1 crash, even though 47 people were hurt.
So we're going to have to take a look at that because injury accidents are obviously of great concern, and we want to make sure that they're minimized as much as possible.
In fact, there have been 4 major crashes in the last 14 months with multiple injuries, and those injuries are not reflected on this chart. Muni couldn't say whether there's been a rise in the number of people hurt in transit accidents, but they've agreed to look into it and get us the numbers within a few weeks. In San Francisco, Jonathan Bloom, KRON 4 News.